Money Day, people, and welcome to another episode of Lit Capital's Market Outlook. Okay, we're just going to bring you a forecast of things to come throughout the week that we can kind of see lining out in terms of opportunities, charting. Before we get into that, of course, please check out our website, litcapital.co.uk, so that we can get you started on your trading journey with us. Okay, now more than ever, it's time to divvy up and learn a new skill set that can better you and provide you with secondary income. Okay, so definitely check us out. So before we get into the charts, we're going to go to the economic calendar and look at forecasted things ahead. So as we approach into Monday, we do have trades balance coming out of the GBP, so the pound. There is quite a bit of pound news this week, I believe. We'll double check. We got a speech from the ECB following the hike rate last week. See what that's about for sure. We also have on Tuesday, we got certain business confidence coming out of the AUD. We have unemployment data for the GBP, so definitely going to be interested in that on Tuesday for sure. Claimant count change, things of that nature. We've got economic sentiment coming out of Germany. We have core inflation data coming out of the US, so definitely interested in that. As we know what inflation's been doing the past three months now, we've seen it rise and rise and rise out of control. So with these interest rates that the Fed and all of these central banks have been doing, it'll be interesting to see if we are getting lower inflation rates. So let's see what that is on Tuesday. Going into Wednesday, we have inflation rate for the pound as well. So definitely interested in that again, see if we are curbing inflation with these interest rate hikes. Unemployment for Greece, I don't know why that's that important though. PPI coming for the US, so definitely interested in that as well. Couple speeches from ECB where they seem to be low impact, so not really alarm bells ringing there. We got balance of trade for the yen on Thursday. We also have unemployment data coming from the Aussie going into Thursday morning, which is pretty interesting actually. ECB, we've got another speech coming out there. Thursday, the daytime, we was actually scheduled to get a interest rate decision coming from the pound, from the Bank of England, but following the death of the Queen, they've decided to push it back. So that's pretty interesting. Queen passed over in the UK, and the Bank of England have taken it upon themselves to push back the latest interest rate decision. So nothing really we can do there. We still have inflation data and unemployment data for the pound. So there's still a lot of high impact news regarding the pound. So we can still probably see opportunities on that. Thursday afternoon, we got jobless claims coming from US. And then going into Friday, we got retail sales from China, retail sales from GBP. We also have inflation rate coming from the euro, CPI data for the euro. So definitely interested in that. And then going into Friday afternoon, nothing really standing out. Okay, so with that being said, it definitely seems pound focused. Obviously, with the Queen passing, we can definitely look to see how the markets are going to react to that, if it will be positive or negative. So without further ado, if we go and start with GBPUSD, what I kind of want to point out to you guys is we had this monthly low taken out last week. And since taking it out, going on the daily picture, we have had some moves to the upside. So definitely was able to catch some of these moves. We've seen that the 4-hour structure has shifted to now give us a move to go higher. And looking at this retracement, we could definitely go a lot higher than where we're currently at. We're not even really at 50%. So looking to see if we can pass, the equilibrium and go higher and give us a premium if we are to continue with the downward structure. Obviously, when we get here, we're going to look for confirmation to kind of suggest that we're ready to actually continue to move lower after taking out that low is possible. But we just need to see it. So with the 4-hour structure, what we've seen, I do expect it to continue higher. There's no reasons why we can't get a push up. So going into Monday or Sunday evening, we're going to look to see if we could potentially get a move into this imbalance here and then continue upwards. That is kind of what I'm looking at in terms of areas. It's the only area of interest. You can see this rally which actually shifted the structure and took out these highs. So if we come down lower on Monday, not expecting Monday to be the widest volume being traded, but if we do get it, we could then get the continuation with the unemployment data and stuff like that. So as and when we get there, we're just going to look at that and see if that is what the picture is showing us. I'm going to go into the dollar as well. The dollar is also giving me a picture to kind of suggest we haven't finished the retracement lower. So if we pull back up, I will be looking at this candle here, and obviously more of this imbalance that can be filled here as well. We had this shift in structure on the smaller time frame from this swing here, where it took out this low and then retested, which was actually 62% and then dropped. So I'm looking for something similar from this swing here. If we can pull back into around this area, we'll look for the signs to kind of suggest that we are gearing up for some type of distribution. So let's see what the dollar does as well. Like I said, it does look like if we go on a weekly, I do think obviously after making this higher high, we pierced this massive three-month quarterly imbalance. I'm looking to see if we can come within this imbalance area here before continuing high. So I don't think the retracement's done just yet. So the 4-hour picture is showing us that it does look like it wants to go lower. There is liquidity areas as well. So that's kind of what I'm going to be looking at for that dollar picture as and when it comes. So last but not least, excuse me, I'm going to go through US30. Had some great success last week buying US30 in terms of just playing out of this area. For those in the Discord, I did update the Discord with this. So if you was able to capitalize on the move, the daily picture kind of painted what we saw or forecasted kind of happening, which was a push up. Looking at this daily swing here, where we kind of, have this massive imbalance, I do expect it to go higher as well. Overall, what we could kind of see with US30 is that we had this swing here where we pushed down pretty heavily. This was a 79% retracement. Was expecting a lower low, but we haven't got one. So as we kind of played into this area and pushed up, where we felt heavy, I'm looking in and around here to see if we can then continue to move and get a lower low. But still a long way to go up. I still think there are some buying opportunities before potential shorts. So gonna look to see what the picture kind of looks like starting the opening of the week. There is definitely more liquidity to be had above these highs here, filling in some imbalance and stuff like that. So just from the 4-hour swing perspective, we definitely need that retracement. We are pretty low down in terms of just, areas where we should be thinking about selling. So yeah, that's kind of what I had, what the picture was kind of telling me last week as well. It's just that if we was trying to be sellers, it just didn't look like we had a good enough retracement on the daily time frame. So most of the trends, excuse me, that you should be looking from, should be on higher up time frames. In the daily, where we kind of plummeted quite a bit for the previous week, I didn't really see anything to suggest that we're just going to continue, especially with such a heavy move. So when we can get back up above these areas, then we can kind of look to see if we're getting signs of looking to go short again. So that's pretty much it, guys. Everything that I've discussed will be going obviously into the Discord, into our chart section. If you're not in the Discord, guys, there's a ton of value in there. Please think about getting in there. It's only a small fee of £25 a month. There's a ton of value in there, guys, and there's also things that you can execute on outside of the actual charts in terms of investment info and things like that. So just in terms of the times we're living in, excuse me, this is, the time to really start putting your smarts and putting the information out there to use. Okay, so definitely look at inquiring with the Discord. You can hit us up on social media through Instagram or Twitter, or you can go on our website and make an inquiry and hit us up that way. So I hope you enjoyed this outlook, guys. Thank you for tuning in. If you did enjoy it, please like and subscribe, of course. And we will be back next week. Let's see what the week holds in terms of opportunities, guys. So yeah, I'm going to leave you guys with that. Remember, every day is money day. Peace.